So at that point I was just standing there and I was like, you could do it damage. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am NAA DARKOA and I'm back with another video. So this particular video, all of you have been asking me to do this video, so I just decided to do it and then just forget about it. I'm going to be spilling the tea on what actually happened when I participated for the Miss Malaika pageant back in 2020. It's been 2 years, guys. So most of you might know that I participated in the 2020 Miss Malaika pageant and I didn't really get anywhere. So I'm here to give a story time on what actually happened, because most of you guys don't know what actually happened. Miss Malaika is a pageant show that we have in Ghana every year, and it starts with an online vote edition where you have to post your picture for a number of times, and then like the number of people who repost that picture will make you eligible to be selected for the pageant. So yes, back in 2020 I wasn't really sure if I wanted to participate that year, but then I knew I'd always wanted to participate because I've been watching Miss Malaika since like I was a kid on TV alongside America's Next Top Model. So like I've been watching these back to back. So the time came and I decided, why not just do it? When I thought of 2020, I was like, 2020 is a perfect year. Like it sounded just perfect for me to join. So I decided to join in 2020. Wrote it down in my book that hey, I'm going to be Miss Malaika 2020. Hey. When you're going to participate, you have to go through the auditions, and with the auditions you're asked questions about the pageant and all that, people who won during each year and all that. So I wrote everything down, which I'll be showing you guys soon. I wrote everything down in my book, wrote the names. When I got to 2020, I put my name there. Hey, Casey, I'm going to be Miss Malaika 2020. So I kind of studied everything. I went back to watch more videos on YouTube, like past videos during the past years, to kind of be used to the questions, because I was already kind of used to the questions, but then it was like I had to study for an exam. So the fact that I've gone to class doesn't mean I'm okay. I have to study again. So it was the same thing. I had to go through the questions on YouTube and everything, studied, wrote them down, and how I would answer or how it's supposed to be answered, went to search on Google for answers, the right way to say this and that, did all that. So I thought I was prepared. I was prepared. So there are 3 stages: the online, face-to-face, and then the semi-final, which is also face-to-face. But then if you should be selected through the online, you won't go through the face-to-face auditions, the normal face-to-face auditions. You'll be going straight into the semi-final auditions. So at the end of the day, you're just going to meet the judges once. So I just decided to go in. If I'm not selected for the online, I'll still go for the face-to-face auditions, and then blah blah blah. So I participated, started posting my pictures, and I had a lot of people repost them for me. So during the first week I was pretty much part of the top 3, and I was thinking that since I'm pretty much part of the top 3, I'll be selected, but I wasn't selected. Someone else was selected. The following week another person from the top 3 was selected. So I was wondering, and now my pictures were going down, because like when you start, yeah, your pictures will go up, but then as time goes, new people will be coming, and those new people, some people will have more followers than you do on social media, so their pictures will be going up. So that means they have more advantage than you do. So during the other weeks my pictures were just going down, and others were going up, and I noticed they were picking people from the top 3. So like I was wondering why during my time I wasn't selected, but question for the gods, right? So when they were done, I was like, okay, if they are done, then I should probably, actually I didn't even want to participate anymore, but then my friends were convincing me to do the auditions as well. 2020 was when COVID hit, so like there had to be changes. So this time we didn't go and meet the judges face to face to be interviewed. They had to make it a virtual audition thing where you'd have to do a 1-minute video of you introducing yourself. So a 1-minute introductory video of yourself, 2020 was the year where I started doing YouTube, and I was kind of already used to talking to the camera, so I decided why not. Like, I thought this would help because like I'm used to the camera, which I struggled later on, but fast forward. So I decided to do that, and my very good friend Abba Wilson, if you're watching this, thank you so much once again. I will never forget, because she's literally somebody who actually pushed me to do that virtual audition, like get you friends like that. So she helped me to pick a place, went with me, helped me to shoot the video and everything. I had to try like more than 5 times, redo the video several times before I was able to get a final one that I was like, that I thought was okay. So after the virtual auditions, right, you're supposed to send your videos to a particular WhatsApp number that they provided. Then you mention your name and blah blah blah. So I did all those things and sent it, and I was just waiting for a reply. So I think the following day or two days after, I don't really remember to be honest, but later on I got a reply saying I have been selected, blah 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 blah. And I didn't want to get my hopes up because I was now going for the semi-final auditions. So I had been selected into the semi-final audition, so I just had to prepare for the semi-final auditions. My friends were happy for me and blah blah blah. So my video was posted online on their page and all that. I had to thank my followers also for their help and all of that stuff. And then the main part comes here during the semi-final auditions. This is the climax of everything I have been talking about. The date was given for the auditions and everything. We were told what to do, what to wear and all that stuff, and I pretty much did everything. Waited for the day of the auditions, prepared myself. I'm going to show you guys the notes, but I prepared myself and everything, and then the day of the auditions came. So you guys, let me show you. This is the book that I wrote everything in. This is the book that I wrote everything in. As you guys can tell, I don't know if you guys can see, but see all the things I had written down. All the things I had written down. Just look. All the things I had written down. Questions, episode 1. I know the tasks that we're going to do for each week. Like, guys, I wasn't joking over here. I wasn't joking. All the questions, guys, when I said I wasn't joking, no. Look, all these questions, I added extra questions that sometimes they will just randomly ask to see if you know the basic common things, like all these questions: who owns Chapter House, who is the Minister of Education, who is the Minister of Communications. Wrote down the names, like I was telling you guys, the names of each person who won each year. And then here I am. This is me. Here, 2020 KZ. I was prepared. I have more here, so I was really prepared, like I said. So the day of the auditions came, and I got there earlier because I wanted to, like, you know, punctuality and all that. So I went there early. And then when I went, a lot of people hadn't come still. I went to meet like maybe 10 people, and so we had to wait, and they were preparing the place and all that. A few people came to give us advices on what, like, how to compose yourself when you go there. Don't do this, don't beg the judges to keep you in if you are selected, blah blah blah. They don't like that, it might piss them off the more. So many things. So we were seated in threes, so like 3 3 3. So the first 3 went for the auditions. They came out. I think, I don't remember which people were selected, but someone was selected. If not 1, 2, but then one person wasn't selected. So, and you can see it on their faces. So the second 3 went, and then the third 3, which was where I was part of the third 3. It was our time to go. So when we went, people will come out, people will go for the auditions, come out and be like, oh my god, like the stage and the lighting is so much. And so I was like, how bad can it be? Like, how bad can it be? So when we were going, I was kind of tense, but then when we entered and I saw the stage and then the lights, I was like, this is not much. This is normal, because I've participated in the Miss Kenya UST pageant back in school, back in university, and this is okay. And when we went, we stood there in front of the judges, and all of a sudden there was a problem. The guy in charge of the technical stuff came and he was like, there's a technical problem, so we would have to wait a little. So we were just standing there, and the judges were Nashoko, James Gardner, and then Cookie. So Nashoko was like, we should walk to them. Was it Nashoko or James Gardner? One of them was like, we should walk to them and turn around and go back. So they wanted to see us like in our composure, modeling and all that. So we did that together. Then we got there, Nashoko was like, oh, you're so pretty. And I was feeling so like, okay, Nashoko told me I'm so pretty. I mean, I have a chance, like I have an advantage. She was like, I'm so beautiful. Oh my god, you're so beautiful. Oh my god, thank you. I'm like, thank you. And my head was so big, like I was feeling so good, and I thought I had an advantage. So we modeled back, went to stand there, and then they started asking us questions. They were like, we should introduce ourselves. So the first person went, I went, then the third person also went. I spoke about my name. I think I mentioned my name, my age, where I schooled, what I do, and all that. Me, I answered. Oh shit, I answered everything. I don't know if it was how I was holding the mic. I don't know what happened, but then we all answered our questions, and now Cookie asked me a question. Everyone was asking like a second question, so maybe one of us was asked if what's something that they are not good at or something. I don't know, something about themselves that no one really knows, and one person was like, she doesn't know how to dance. So it got to me, and Cookie was asking me, she was like, I mentioned doing makeup and all that. How did I start the makeup? What does makeup mean to me and all that? I answered, I don't really remember what I said, guys. I said everything. And then she was like, how did I start doing the makeup? Is it freelance or like? I was like, oh, I started off YouTube. I saw videos, blah 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 blah. I started on my own, but then it got to a point where I wanted to check online and see it, and I found YouTube and I saw people blah 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 tutorials and all that. I said all that. So I answered my questions, guys. I answered my questions. It's not that I didn't answer my questions. I answered my questions. The first girl was selected and she did. So it was like with me and the other girl. And then I answered my question. And then they asked the second girl to her question. And James Gardner was like, okay, so we'll see you guys next year. So at that point I was just standing there and I was like,
about him say no ha me kra ha me o e ma nanya o say ha me ba ko kra ha me very okay.
And we were wearing nose masks. No, we were wearing the transparent helmets. During COVID they were transparent helmets instead of the nose mask. So we were wearing that instead because they wanted to see our full face and how we talk and everything instead of the nose mask. So I was wearing that and I was just looking at them, and the judges were the ones wearing the nose mask, so you can't really see their facial expressions, you get. So when James Gardner said that to me, you can see that they were murmuring in the nose mask and talking to James Gardner, and they're like, oh, like they were talking, and you can tell that they are trying to ask him why he's doing that, because maybe they are not done asking me questions, or maybe they were considering giving me a green card or something. So you can tell that they are not really going along with what James Gardner did. But then it's like he had already said it and it was on camera, so I don't know. But then at the end of the day, Nashoko then said she thinks I should come next year. Maybe I'm not really confident enough for them, so I should try next year, but I'm very beautiful and all that.
Another story.
At that point, no, just then I was like, okay, because one, I've been told to not beg them, so I didn't beg, and plus me personally, even if they didn't tell me, I wouldn't have begged in the first place. But in that moment I was just kind of shocked because I didn't do anything wrong. I answered my questions. So what happened? I don't know why. So that time I was so pissed at James Gardner, but I mean, he's human, I'm also human, but I don't have anything or any hatred against him, towards him or whatever. And the pageant is passed, so that's fine. But at that moment I was just shocked. Like, I was just shocked. So they were like, the two of us can come next year, last. So when we left, I think Leah, she won in 2016. I think she was telling me the how I was holding the mic or something. When I was passing, she was sitting there, she was seated there with other ladies, and I think she was saying that to me, but like at that point I was just surprised at everything, so I didn't have anything to say. My mind was everywhere. So when she was saying it, I think I just heard it, and then I was passing already, so I went. I don't know if that's the reason, if it was because of the way I was holding my mic, because my mind wasn't on my mic. But when I left, like a few days later, I was thinking I could have done something about it, in the sense that I could have probably proved them wrong. I could have given them a reason, or the reason that maybe this pageant is supposed to help improve my confidence, and that is one of the reasons why I came. So they will, if they give me a chance, they will see the improvement later on or something. I won't disappoint them or something. I could have said something, you get. But at that moment I was just there, like I was just surprised at James Gardner especially, because I thought I had a chance. So that's really what happened, guys. That's what happened. So when they were airing it on TV, our part didn't come. Just my part, the part where us 3 girls went on stage, didn't come on air. Like it wasn't aired on TV, because at that moment the technical difficulty that we had wasn't fixed. Even though the guy said it was fixed, apparently it wasn't fixed. So when we were all watching, I was watching when they were airing it on TV, waiting to see my parts, and I didn't see my parts. God knows why. Yeah, that's really what happened, guys. That's what happened. People were thinking other things, that maybe I lied about it because they didn't see me on TV. I'm sure you guys are asking yourself, like how? But I don't really understand myself. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. So here I am now. Maybe you'd want to ask me if I'll participate again in Miss Malaika. The answer is I have no idea, because I'm growing. It depends on the age. If by age 24, which I'll be turning soon, 24, I won't be interested in joining Miss Malaika, because I'll feel like the age is like I would have grown, and they have an age limit and all that. So I don't know, and I'm 23 now, and I'm not interested at the moment. So I guess I'm not going to be participating anymore. Maybe if it's a different pageant, sure, but I don't know for Miss Malaika. And one advice I'll give you guys about the pageant when you're going to join is to prepare. I'll also say make inquiries, like inquire from other people who have joined, maybe people who joined and didn't get anywhere, to know how, like what it entailed, or like what you need, the things that you need, because maybe you won't be able to get to those who won, obviously, because by then they would have gotten the attention from the crowd, from followers, social media and all that. So no one is going to reply your message, but just get someone who didn't really get anywhere. Maybe like me, I didn't even get anywhere. It was just the final auditions I got into. But people go into the pageant, get to week 3 or week 4 and are evicted. So you can ask those kind of people for inquiries, like inquire, ask about the votes, like the money you use, how much you spend on all those things. Just make sure that you are kind of prepared before you decide to join. But then apart from that, all you need to really do to pass the auditions is to be used to the questions. Just be used to the questions and be yourself. That's all. And then that day, dress like if they say common jeans and white tank top, wear the jeans, white tank top, and then let your heels be on point. Like your hair should be on point. Like you have to look very presentable so that you can, impress the judges. So that's all I can say really about this pageant. So this brings me to the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys liked it. Please be interactive in the comment section. Let's laugh a bit. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.